Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Heart-Chan meditation session online today. I am your host, Christina Leo, and I'm based in Irvine Center. Heart-Chan is a non-religious spiritual practice, and we have location in the East Coast as well as the West Coast with a headquarter in Georgia. We are taking our meditation online, and you can find our schedule of sessions in the Heart-Chan Facebook page and our Irvine page as well. Just before we get started, just some basic housekeeping. Please do find a place, a quiet place, so that you could be distraction-free for the next hour and a half. Please be, we are doing this as a webinar, so excuse the fact that you don't, your microphone is automatically muted. We will take Q&A questions later, and if you do have questions, please do put it in the chat. And when that session takes place, I will feed the question to our teacher today. And the session will end with a silent exit. So in other words, we will end the session at the hour and a half mark, but once the guided meditation starts, you are free to exit at your leisure or stay till the end. We will not announce the end of the meditation so that we will not disturb your meditation in process. Last thing is, please do not record any of the sessions. And you could go to our Facebook page. This session is being live streamed to our Facebook page at Heart-Chan Irvine. So you are free to go back and review the session if you like later on. With that in mind, I will turn the session over to our teacher today, Donald, also known as Jingmi. Go ahead, Jingmi 老师.
Good morning, everyone. I think for people on the East Coast, it will be good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us to practice together. Let's take a few minutes to quiet our mind, even though we're not that busy lately, but it's good to slow down our tempo and slow down our rhythm and let us harmonize with the natural frequency of the universe. Okay. Now, please, when I say open your eyes, that doesn't really necessary, but open your ears so you can hear what I have to share. I start off by explaining the purpose of heart center meditation. And we all understand the purpose of meditation is to liberate our life from suffering and live a harmonious life with the universe. By harmonious, we mean to know the true purpose of our lives at each moment, and not just on the big goal, but at each moment we're living harmoniously with every moment, with every assignment, with every responsibilities. As you know, we were born with all sorts of responsibilities for our kids, to our parents, to our grandparents, to our spouse, friends. I mean, these are, you can call them karma, you can call them responsibilities that we needed to take care of. And how? And so I explained in the first section that we basically have two tracks in our everyday life. One track is the mental, the brain track, which we were trained to differentiate red from green, differentiate a dollar bill from a $10 bill. To differentiate, this is so-called the Chinese food, that is called the Western food. This is steak and that's ice cream. And that's how we were brought up. And gradually we develop our preferences, and it's our mental function to, in a way, it trained us to have discriminative lifestyle and make our lifestyle becoming more and more limited because our choices, that the part that we prefer, become more and more limited. And oftentimes we're not happy because the things are not going our way. But our way is a very limited way. It is a egoic way. It is a mental way. It's a brain way. It's a way that based on our limited, incomplete knowledge and experience. And I always say knowledge is at best secondhand, and experience are very limited. You know, I used to like bitter melon, but now I love bitter melon. I don't know why. I used to dislike green and brown color when I was younger. I'll basically, like white and black and blue color, but never liked the yellow green or brown color. But now I love those colors. So we do change, but in a very slow pace. So and that is the mental part of lives. And we have discrimination, and we have a certain expectation, and we don't really know what our true purpose was, because when I was grammar school, got a good grades. Then I was told when I get to middle school, I get a bicycle if I get into a good school. And then, when I get into high school, and my goal is to find a good job, continue to seeking the next stage. But there is really no true stage that lasted a long time. A lot of times that when we reached our goal, we become dissatisfied. We know there's something more. So if we think about it, what we really seek in our life, I mean, let's say you become the president of the United States, or you become a billionaire like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. You become a celebrity like Brad Pitt, It's too good for me to be like, but in case I become like Brad Pitt, what am I seeking for? What is the reward for being a billionaire, a powerful politician, or a celebrity? Is really to be loved, is really to be appreciated, to be respected. I mean, in other words, to be loved. So can our discriminative brain feel love? Can our brain feel peace? I trust all of you know it is our heart. Our heart can only feel peace and love. And so therefore, we needed to switch our lifestyle from a brain-oriented, brain-based lifestyle to a heart-based oriented lifestyle. And once the heart-based lifestyle takes over, then everything, the end result will be for peace and love and respect. And since heart is really in sync with the universe, because it has no memories, it doesn't really analyze or think or remember. It's an instantaneous real-time machine. It can only feel what is now. And if you're thinking, you cannot feel what is now, can you? If he is making a proposal to you and you're thinking about the movie you watched last night, can you really feel his love that he's proposing? So the idea is for heart time meditation is to walk on the track of heart, not the track of the brain. Let the brain to be a sub-function of the heart. So whenever we make a decision in our lives and to act, before we act, we're going to feel with our heart, is that love? Is that for love? Is that for everyone else, or is just for ourselves? Because we know only love can bring us happiness. Only love can bring us salvation. So therefore, the idea for this meditation is really to enhance our awareness of our heart and not our brain. So that's what we talked about the first session. But yet, you have to understand that meditation is not a hobby, okay? I heard one practitioner explain to me one day that he told his kids that in our lives that we have family matters, we have career matters, we have health matters, and then we need to meditate. It's like, 4 legs of a chair. If you don't meditate, you're going to be off balance. The intention is well put, but the analogy is not exactly complete. Because meditation is the reverse of a chair. It's like a tree. Meditation needs to be the trunk. Meditation needs to be in the career, in the relationship, in health, because meditation brings awareness. So meditation is a technique, but the teaching of Hartan is beyond meditation. The teaching of Hartan is in everyday life. So in the second session, I illustrated some of my personal experiences in living, Hartan in our everyday moments. In other words, I talk about slicing a cucumber. If I really focus on the cucumber slicing to be 1/8 of an inch, and I truly enjoy 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, and don't cut it too fast, don't cut it too quick, and just focus on slicing. And during that slicing of the cucumber, it was very enjoyable. I'm not in a hurry, so I better get this thing done in 5 minutes because Emily is gonna hungry. So if we rush into anything, then we won't be in the moment. Our heart is not feeling anything. There's no awareness. We just try to get the job done. And if we do that, then we have no awareness in everyday life. So Hartan practice is more than just sit there and meditate. So we will talk about how to meditate, based on Hartan. But the purpose of this meditation is enhance our awareness from our heart. Let our heart in charge of our life instead of brain. And you can practice that in our everyday little thing instead of just sit there, because this heart awareness needs to be implemented. It's actually more than implement, because you have that. You need to let it surface, okay? You need to, but our meditation technique will help you to raise your awareness. But the key, whether you're gonna have health or relationship, it's all awareness. And you can practice that today. You don't have to wait until your meditation into a certain stillness level, or you see lights, or you feel all the chakras. The idea is practice every second, in every moment. Let me give you some example. A lot of times, when I take a shower, okay, and there are moments I don't remember whether I soaked my legs or not. I just soaked my body and then shower, water on, and I was done. I was in a hurry. I didn't really enjoy cleaning every part of my body because dinner is on the stove, or I'm about to watch a very important TV. We always rushed into things. And we never truly enjoy each moment. Have you ever experienced the fact that you're not sure whether you soaked certain parts of your body? I'm sure you do, okay? So the idea is practice awareness at each moment. And take driving, for instance. I remember there was once I was working as a co-op student at Berkeley, and I drove home after work. Then I realized I drove to the home I moved out a month ago. And I didn't remember exactly how I got there. I don't remember how many traffic lights I went through, how many turns I turned, even though it's about 2 miles from where I work to where the old apartment was. But it's very scary, okay? So I'm sure if you drive on the freeway, there are times you don't recall how many cars you passed or how many lanes you have switched. See? So the idea of the Hartan practice is really be aware of each moment. And you don't really have to practice only during the meditation. Now, let's talk about the meditation technique for a while. We would ask you to relax and focus and enjoy. Just like taking a shower, right? If you're not relaxed, you really rush, you don't enjoy the shower or enjoy the bath. I mean, or enjoy the sleep. I mean, if you woke up by a alarm clock and says, oh, it's 6 o'clock, you get up and gotta go to work, gotta cook breakfast and all the rest of it. If you're not relaxed, you can't focus. If you can't focus, you can't enjoy. I mean, we do have technique of focusing this chakra, that chakra. We do have technique to go through the channel of the chi and, you know, all these techniques. But many of the practitioners I discovered are too attached to the technique and expected the good results from the technique, which is the reverse of the situation, because the idea of the technique is let you relax and focus and enjoy and sort of accomplish something. Miao Ming Lao Sư has already said, all the lights we see, all the sensation we feel are just road signs. It's just a road sign telling us we are relaxing, we are focusing, we are enjoying. And there's nothing to accomplish. Heart time meditation is an unlearned process, or the heart time practice itself is an unlearning practice. Unlearn everything that fill up our mind. Because no matter how much you fill up, it's never going to be enough. And in sync with our heart is really the only way, you know. Sifu has mentioned, I mean, has taught Heart Time for 30 some years. But in my opinion, we can really summarize into 2 phrases. One is detached from all forms. The other is in sync with our heart. So that's the 2-track. All the forms are from our brain through our 5 senses. And in sync with the universe is our heart. So detach from the brain, in sync with our heart. And we should do that at each moment, whether we're meditating or not meditating, so that we have a high awareness of what's going on. Take health, for instance. If we have no awareness, we will not know whether we have enough. My mother used to want me to eat 5 bowls of rice. She doesn't care whether I get an A or an F in school, but only thing is I have to eat 5 bowls of rice. That would make her happy. Oh boy. But usually after 2 bowls of rice, I tell my mom I'm full. She says, you sure? I'm like, yeah, sure. So we need awareness of, is this enough ice cream? Is this enough drink? Am I tired? You know? I personally don't believe exhaustive exercises based on traditional Chinese medicine or based on awareness, exhaustive exercises. This no pain, no gain is really something I personally don't experience. So awareness we need for health. If you don't have that, then you cannot manage your life. And this awareness is not instructions from parents, elders, or from teachers or from spouse or loved ones. This awareness gotta come from within. You know, if you don't have awareness, then you cannot manage your life. Because no matter how many rules, how many guidelines we read, we follow, we remember, it's never gonna be at each moment. There are times where we always gonna forget some of these written laws by human beings. We needed to be in sync with nature and in harmony with each moment, whether we liked it or we don't like it, you know? Whether we prefer it or we don't prefer it. In Chinese, there's a saying, 人生不如意十之八九啊，那不如谁的意呢? So there's a saying in Chinese, you know, 80% of our life is dissatisfied, but dissatisfied who? By our ego or by our heart? Let's see. Anyway, I noticed somebody raised their hand. So if there is a question, before we enter into meditation, I think I can answer any questions if there's any.
Just a reminder, if you have any question, please click the Q&A section and type in your question. I currently do not see any question open.
Well, Daniel raised his hand. Maybe you can let him talk.
Daniel, you are unmuted if you want to ask Lao Shi a direct question. You need to unmute yourself. Okay.
You need to unmute yourself. If
Daniel,
you know,
yeah, you are. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead, you can talk now.
Oh, I have no question.
Oh, okay. That's all right.
Oh, thank
So
you.
you raise your hand.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Okay, then let's review our belly breathing. For people being with our school for a long time, you know, belly breathing is the first thing we learn. And then we go into 10 chakras, 3 chi channels, and we have this whole shebang of practices, so you won't get bored. But the key is not to master all chakras and all the chi. That'll be nice because that would bring us ultimate health. The key is to be able to enter meditative state of Canding, whatever you do. You don't even need to do belly breathing or meditation to enter Canding. All you have to do is just relax and feel peace. You can enter Canding that way. So all the technique that we emphasize serve 2 purposes. One is to improve your health, improve your circulation through all the chakra focusing and the chi channel focusing. And the other is to help you enter Canding. I mentioned in the second class that even doing Baduanjing, I do it very, very slowly because I want, just like yoga, you need to keep every pose for a while. You don't just pose. That's not going to do anything. Baduanjing, the same thing. It is motion Chan. Motion Chan means moving on the outside, but quiet on the inside. In order to keep quiet on the inside, we need to focus on the position of every second of our limbs, our back, our posture. So the video, is about 20 minutes, but when I actually do butt wrenching, I do about 40 minutes because I do it very slowly. And there are times I don't even remember where I was or what I was doing because I was lost in the motions because I'm focusing so much. So belly breathing, the same thing. Belly breathing, you need to focus on the breathing, relax, and feel every half an inch of your breathing path, half an inch, Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Feel it, enjoy it. And then once your body is filled with qi, then you should be able to, you should be able to feel the qi that go into your body as well. Okay. So for those of us just joined, or those of you who've been practicing with us for many years, the idea of just belly breathing, I think if we do it well, and that's all really required to enter Tanding. And once we enter Tanding, we just like, it's a road sign that we have reached a good peace, a heightened awareness, a very quieting of the mind. And we have no ego. And we are a pure heart, a pure spirit. And then with that, you connected to in the universe, earlier I mentioned that all the great creations, artistic creations, like music, composition, are all created when they're in the state of Tanding. They're not using their brain to decide how going to write the music note. They're not using their brain to sing. You can't. Even in sports, you got to feel the ball. Kobe Bryant shoots 82 scores in a single game. If he hesitated, should I use a little bit more force or less force? He's not going to make it that simply. Everything is automatic, intuitive. So let's all close our eyes, sit up straight. Relax our mind and curl the tongue to touch the roof of our mouth. I remember the key word for belly breathing is SSDL. Slow, silent, deep, and long. We inhale a tiny bit at a time into our throats, into our lung, into our belly. When we are full, we pause for a few seconds. Then exhale at the same slow speed. Inhale, 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 inhale. Exhale, 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 exhale. That kind of speed. Inhale, 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 inhale. Exhale, 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 exhale. This exercise actually be able to tell whether you're infected or not as well. The longer you can breathe, the better for you. When you inhale, you should feel your arms, the skin on your arms a little bit cooler. When you exhale, you should feel the skin on your arms a little bit warmer. When you inhale, you should feel your whole body is filled with air, not just your lungs or your belly. Your face may feel warm and pumped up. Your forehead, your earlobe should all feel qi. You should feel your scalp as well. You may even feel your hair start to stand up. These are awareness exercises. All these are make you aware of the condition of your body. At the same time, you should be aware of the condition of your mind. If you lose focus on enjoying and focusing on the breathing, then your mind takes over. Then you lose track. Now, as you inhale, you should feel the qi travel to your shoulders, down your arms, into the palm of your hand. It will travel up to the center of your brain and reach your crown chakra. Crown chakra is, we call it the Canshin Mailun or the Can chakra. You're going to feel your head is filled with qi. You may feel some vibration or some heaviness enters or pounding on your Can chakra or the crown chakra, which is at the center of your head, about an inch, half inch down. And this energy, this power, or this life force enters our Can chakra. Will travel down our throat. You may find some itchiness, some tingling sensation at the throat. Then we'll travel down to our heart chakra. You can feel vibration of the heart chakra. as the life force continues to enter our 10th chakra, the Dharma eye chakra and the wisdom chakra will begin to surface. If it doesn't surface, it's okay. Continue to explore your body with this awareness. You will find peace and quiet and the pleasure of energizing yourself as you inhale, and the pleasure of peace and quiet during the exhale. Stay in this state as long as you can.